You're getting into perfumery and suddenly you're starting at a list of hundreds of raw materials thinking, where do I even begin? Do I need naturals? Do I need aroma chemicals? Should I just get a few or build a full lab? It's exciting, but let's be honest, it can be overwhelming too. We've been there. Everyone starts somewhere, but not everyone starts the same way. So in today's video, Christy and I are going to share what we've seen, what we've tried, and what we wish someone had told us when we were just starting out.
Yes, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Welcome to the Scentcast, your fragrant companion in the world of perfumery.
We're your hosts, Christy
and Deshawn, two perfumers, two friends here to share everything we love about the art of perfumery.
Whether you're just starting out
or would like to improve your perfumery skills, this podcast is for you.
So tune in while you dilute, organize your materials, or simply dream in scent.
Let's explore materials, methods, perfumery tips and tricks, and everything that inspires us to perfume together.
This is the Scentcast.
Let's perfume. So Chrissy, most people who get into perfumery start out with one thing, and that's passion. That's how you and I started out. But
correct.
They love fragrance. They want to try making something themselves, something beautiful. So they read a blog, watch a video, scroll through suppliers' websites, and then they, besides the equipment like pipettes, beakers, scent strips, they see raw materials like, essential oils, absolutes, aroma chemicals, and they go, ooh, jasmine, sandalwood, Izui Super. I've heard about it. I'm going to add it to my cart. Purchase all of it, get it.
Yes, very normal. I can relate to this story.
We all do. And honestly, that excitement, that's so beautiful. And there is nothing wrong with starting that way. However, what usually happens if you're just new to this and you purchased all these aroma chemicals, you get your stuff and let's just say you purchased methyl dihydrojasmonate, which is known as hadione. And then you saw it on the website. It was described as jasmine, floral, white petal, etc., etc. Then you get it and you smell it for the first time and you get shocked.
Do you remember that I told you I threw away my first bottle of hadione because I thought it smelled like sheer, stinky, gross petals.
Yeah.
couldn't possibly be used for anything. And I was certain they had sent me a bad bottle. And it turns out I just didn't know what it was.
Those slight nuances aside, when you get this type of material, which is just singular aroma chemical, although yes, it's naturally present in jasmine grandiflorum at a trace amounts, it is just a whisper of a jasmine. So if you're buying these things and expecting, oh, I'm going to get a beautiful, luscious jasmine bloom that you're used to, I guess, if you've ever smelled jasmine or if ever you purchased a jasmine absolute, you're in for a surprise because you're just getting this sheerness of floral petal, white floral material that's a lot of people, well, I'm not sure if a lot of people, but some people have even trouble detecting.
Yes, that's true as well.
Right. And then this really goes for a lot of different aroma chemicals. And then you realize there is this whole bunch of raw materials that you bought that don't specifically smell like the notes you've seen as description of your favorite fragrances. And you start blending things, whether they're essential oils or molecules, and you get disappointed with what you get, which is normal. You're starting out, but you feel like, how do these people do this? How do these perfumers do this? Because it's just so daunting. That makes sense. We've all been there, right? We've all started out. Well, not all of us, but at least for perfumers that are self-taught, they start out that way.
We both did. That's right.
We both did the same way, right?
Yes.
So I remember my first time when I started out, I felt, all right, there are these essential oils out there that I can buy that were available to me, then they make sense. There is lavender, there's cedarwood, and I've seen this in descriptors of the fragrances. So I'm just going to get those and possibly mix them together. I'm going to get something great. And guess what?
Whip up a batch of magic. That's it. You're going to whip it up.
And I whipped a nice mess. There were some trials, to be honest with you, that were satisfactory. Air quoting this, no one can see it, but it all really smelled kind of medicinal.
Yeah.
And it just smelled natural, may I add. Really, it did
Yes.
not smell nothing like a bottle of my favorite fragrance. Yet it had those notes as descriptors. So I can totally see how people can get confused and felt like, okay, if I want a jasmine, I'm just gonna get this thing that's called Hadion that says they say it smells like jasmine. It should work, right?
Right.
Well,
No.
no, no, it really does not.
No, it
So
does not.
the thing about perfumery is that often, I mean, when you think about it, if you're starting out by attending this reputable, famous perfumery schools and institutes, what's going to happen is they're going to have you study molecules, molecule by molecule, smelling materials for several months, maybe even a year, really, just smelling things, not blending things, just smelling, understanding the impact, understanding the safety, understanding the chemistry of it all, even to be able to detect those specific individual aroma chemicals in a complex blend and at what percentage they're in. That's how they're trained. This is fascinating to me.
Yes, it
But
is.
let's face it, not a lot of us get to be privileged enough to be part of that sort of education.
Right. That's an education that comes
Education.
along with that time in your life where you can dedicate it to
Yes.
however many years of that type of schooling. If you are
Absolutely.
someone like us, you're beyond that point and you're trying to do something for enjoyment. You're
Mhm.
trying to do something for a hobby, and perhaps on the side in the back of your mind,
Mm.
you think you might have a little talent in that area.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean, just when you started out, Christy, what made you start out?
Well, I think probably starting out, I was looking at a lot of biographies, some
Mhm.
autobiographies of famous perfumers. And I was really taken with the fantasy of it all.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I could be the next Jacques Guerlain. I needed
Woo!
the French mansion, and I
Yeah.
was just certain that if you put me in that environment and gave me the huge perfumer's organ, that
Mhm.
I most certainly would make the next famous creation.
Well, you never know. And this is,
Is
yeah,
it
this
is it not too late, Duchamp? Is it not
never,
too late?
never, never really. If you have a passion for something and if you're able to dedicate some time to it, then maybe, just maybe, there is a chance. Most of the people that are self taught perfumers that started out probably with a similar passion or idea, they love fragrance. And starting off with learning things from a molecular perspective is a great way to start. I'm all for it. But what lacks in that, I feel, and maybe you're going to agree with me. I feel like you will because we discussed this many times. But what I'm lacking at the very beginning is the creativity and the artistry of it all. So
Yes.
this is what I feel that people that are just starting out, we're talking about people that are not going to attend this perfumery schools. If you just want to discover whether this is something that you want to have as a hobby or if this passion can grow into business, then just starting out getting your feet wet, maybe perhaps you want to start off with something that is going to make it more simple, something that's going to create you a sandbox of things to just blend things together and see how blending feels like. And if you love it, then perhaps you can go and learn more about the aroma chemicals. So what I'm talking about obviously is the accords, the specialty bases, the bases like the notes, because there are many reputable manufacturers out there who have the experience, the knowledge, and the understanding in order to create this mixtures of this individual aroma chemicals and create something that's going to give us the smell of jasmine, that's going to give us the smell of cedarwood, that might not be as dangerous as, for example, a natural material. By the way, I'm not saying cedarwood is dangerous, but there are regulatory bodies that are going to restrict us to some of these materials if we are using natural.
Right.
I think, and not sure if you agree with me, Christy, but it's a great way to start to see if this is something that feels right for you, if this is where you want to be.
Absolutely. If I had been exposed to just being able to create with some bases, to me, it is the same thing as training wheels on a bicycle.
Oh, yes.
You have to learn how to balance
Oh, yeah.
before you can get out there and take the mountain bike on the dirt path.
Oh,
You have to learn these basics, and it's so much better to learn these basics safely and have fun.
absolutely.
That's what will encourage you and give you confidence to continue down the road. It is not the end of your journey in
Mhm.
perfumery.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of how you start, get
Mhm.
excited, and continue on in your education of it all.
Absolutely, Chrissy. So the thing is that using this specialty bases, notes, accords, they can keep you creative when you're just starting out. And what I feel a lot of people lose as they progress from that into understanding aroma chemicals is that feel of safety and creativity. Because now you have to think about a lot of different things. You have to think
That's
about,
the word. That's the word. The creativity is lost when you try to go over
yes.
that beginner's little bump
Oh,
into
yes.
more advanced learning. You're either going to make it and stick with it, or you're going to get frustrated and give up. And I think that's what we both want to do. We want to help people who are like us
Mhm.
get over that bump.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why perhaps we had someone to tell us, all right, it's absolutely fine to go hands on and buy these things, but don't break your bank. Just look at these things because a lot of people often will start searching the web and they might stumble upon fragrance oils, which there's nothing wrong with using those, but some of these may be specifically created for candles and soap or whatnot. What a lot of people don't realize when they're starting out that there is such a thing as materials specifically aimed towards a specific category. The safety of
Correct.
it all may differ. So things that safe for candles may not be as safe for putting it on your skin as a leave-on
Right,
product.
right.
I feel that the best way to start is to find a reputable manufacturer and supplier to get these accords or specialty bases made perhaps specifically for category 4 if that is what you want to design for fine fragrance. And then look at the safety of it all because safety first, right? And
Right.
then start small. Start by getting some of the basic things that you believe would work that you like. And start blending, get the gist of it all. And then as you progress, you can then start as you understand the impact of these materials, as you understand what they do with each other, the blending, the artistry behind that, and the technology is when you perhaps if you want to bypass that hobbyist level of something that you just like to do from time to time, if you want to go deeper into it, then you can do just that by starting to think about learning more about the aroma chemicals, about the individual molecules that are constituents of all those bases.
And really never forget, you learn as you go.
Oh, yes.
While you're busy blending your few materials, you'll get a new understanding. And
Mhm.
when you look at more information, you'll see, oh, yes, now I can put that with what I'm actually creating with where
Absolutely.
I want to go next. And so in perfumery, you are constantly learning. There
Oh,
is no end to the learning. So it's a side by side journey.
oh, yeah.
But we're trying to share with you a good starting place.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? There is No one size fits all when it comes to
Mm,
starting perfumery. It really depends on your personal aspirations, your personal goals and views on all of this. Because I knew from the get go, this is where I wanted to be. This is what I wanted to do with my life. And that's what inspired me to learn more about the molecular structure of it all. But that might not be you. You might just want to do something fun, which is absolutely fun. It's absolutely
yes.
fine to want to do that. And can you just use the specialty basis or a course or whatnot? Absolutely, you can do that. But if you do want to take this as your passion and just move it into business world and start creating your own fragrances, well then yes, perhaps the molecular way might be the best way to do it, to understand it from a molecular perspective, to start learning the technology behind it, bit of organic chemistry, if you will, but
Yes.
starting to understand the safety of it all. Because guess what? It can be the greatest perfume in the world, but if it's not safe for you to put on your skin, then I mean, kind of in vain a little bit if you think about
That's
it, because
that's the hard part.
it is
That's right.
hard.
That can be soul crushing to
Absolutely.
create something beautiful
Oh,
and
yeah.
then realize that you can't get it on your skin.
Yeah, again, our lesson for anyone who might be listening to this is if you are just starting out, start simple, start safe. This is the thing that I feel if I could go back in time, I would tell myself start small, start simple, start safe. Get a few quality bases or notes, have fun blending, and see how it feels. And if it feels great, like it felt for me and Christy, then build upon it. Start learning more about what makes this bases stick together, what makes a great fragrance stick together. Learn the molecules, build your palette, get more things, but don't pressure yourself to have it all figured out in one day, because Rome wasn't built in a day. Yeah, I'm gonna say this, Christy. I feel the perfumery is not a quick race, it's a marathon. You have to start somewhere and you have to go slow.
I agree.
Yeah,
It's the journey of it all. And that's what makes it a wonderful hobby. I'm
absolutely.
certain a wonderful career.
Oh, yes,
It
absolutely.
just is different for everybody. But take
Mhm.
your time
Take
and
your
make sure you get your information from a reputable place and your materials from a reputable place.
Well, Christy, that's wonderfully said. And with that being said, we'd love to hear how you're getting started or how you got started. Drop us a comment. Tell us, what was your first material? Was it what you expected? If you're still unsure, here is a tip. Try just 2 or 3 good materials and experiment. It's enough. By just doing
Yes.
that, you've learned a lot. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.